up? Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hi, my name is Katie. I make lots of lifestyle and Disney vlogs, so if that's your kind of thing, make sure you subscribe. But for today's video, I thought we could do a cozy October evening in my life. I started out by making a matcha. Now, I was at Target looking for chai, and apparently the girlies, the fall girlies, including myself, are buying up all the chai. So there was no chai at the store. So I actually ended up getting this Emma Chamberlain coffee brand of matcha, and it's matcha, but it also has like powdered strawberries in it. So I'm really excited to taste it because it smells amazing. It smells like strawberries. So I love matcha, but I feel like sometimes it can be a little bit too earthy for me. So I feel like it's gonna be the perfect balance of sweetness. So let's try it. That is so good. I will definitely be buying this again because absolutely amazing. Perfect amount of sweetness. It does have, the powder has like some oat milk in it. So my brain is not computing. So the powder does have a little bit of oat milk as well as sugar in it. So I whisked it up with some water and then I steamed some soy milk and added that on top, and it's literally so good. I'm kind of glad that they ended up not having chai because I don't think I would have bought this otherwise, because it was kind of expensive, but you definitely get a lot of servings out of it. So I'm really excited about this and my new find of my new favorite matcha, pretty much. So for this evening, kind of what I had in mind for kind of embracing fall, I feel like I have yet to embrace fall because it's still so hot in Denver. You definitely get fall earlier where I used to live, and honestly everywhere else I've ever lived in my life, I feel like we've gotten fall earlier, but the leaves are just barely starting to turn here in Denver. I feel like I've been having a hard time getting in the fall mood, so I did put out all my fall decorations and that definitely helped. I went to Disney and celebrated Halloween in August, so a few months back, and that definitely helped. But yeah, I need that chill in the air, I think, to actually feel like it's fall. So Aaron's working late tonight, so I thought it'd be the perfect opportunity for me to kind of just do whatever I want and do things that make me feel like I'm embracing fall. So I think first things first, I'm definitely gonna drink this first because so good. And then I think I'm gonna try a new recipe. I love to bake. I don't like to cook, but I love to bake, and I just don't do it often enough. I don't know why. I feel like it's such a habit. Like, I used to do it all the time when we lived in our apartment. I think I've just been out of the habit of baking, so I definitely want to bake something pumpkin, of course. So I think I'm gonna try a new recipe for some pumpkin pull-apart bread. We will make it dairy-free by substituting like the milk for soy milk and the butter for like a dairy-free butter. So we will make it dairy-free, and hopefully it turns out, because not every recipe turns out great with dairy-free, but I think it's gonna be a good one. I've actually never made pull-apart bread, so I'm kind of excited about it. So we're gonna start with that. I do still have to cook myself dinner, and then we're just gonna hang out and chill and just enjoy fall. I am definitely on a budget this year for fall, so I haven't been doing a lot of like going to the pumpkin patch and doing XYZ activities, so I'm trying to find ways to enjoy fall from my own home. I think maybe later I also want to do like a little vision board for fall, because I haven't really been keeping up on my digital planning, which is why I haven't really been doing like my monthly plan with me reset videos, but I do kind of want to make a vision board for fall. But first I'm going to enjoy the strawberry matcha, and then we'll get into baking. Whenever I bake, I always like to pull the recipe up on a bigger screen, so something like my iPad. I love this little fold-up case because it folds into a little stand. So I usually like to use my iPad whenever I bake, and then I set the screen to not lock so that it stays on and I don't have to keep like touching it with like a floury hand and stuff like that. So I'm gonna pull the recipe up on my iPad and preheat the oven, and we'll get into making this delicious looking pumpkin pull-apart bread. If they turn out good, I'll put the recipe in the description for you. If they don't turn out good, I will not put the recipe in the description for you. One thing about me is that I have a huge sweet tooth, so I'm really, really excited to try this one because it just looks so good. Crazy, but there's something so satisfying about making dough. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because I love kneading it, and like I feel like the mixer is great and I love my mixer. It is honestly one of my favorite kitchen gadgets that I have, but there's just something about like kneading it with your hands that's just like so satisfying, and the dough turned out really good. So I'm gonna let it rise. I use an entire can of pumpkin and it looks really pumpkin-y, so I think it's gonna be really good. But yes, while it rises, let's go take Luna for a walk. noticing that the recipe makes 2 loaf pans and I only have 1. So you split the dough in half and then you're supposed to have enough to make 2 loaves. But unfortunately I only have 1 loaf pan. So we're gonna do little muffins for the rest of them and hopefully they turn out. Now that I've got the bread rising again and the oven is preheating, I'm going to clean up this gigantic mess that I made. Erin always says when I cook or bake, it seems like I worked in a kitchen, but I did work in a kitchen. So like I'm just like super chaotic about it. That's why whenever I bake, I always like to have my house or I guess just my kitchen. I don't care about the rest of the house, but I like to have my house clean first, because I know that I'm going to absolutely make a huge mess of it. So I'm gonna clean this up and I'm also gonna start cooking dinner. I already put the potatoes in the oven since the oven's preheating anyway. I'm gonna have a baked potato, asparagus, and chicken. I'll give you guys my chicken recipe. I'm not the best cook in the world. However, this chicken recipe never disappoints. So when I cook the chicken, I will definitely share that with you, but I'm just gonna kind of clean up this ginormous mess that I made while listening to Red Taylor's version, of course, because there's no album to me that feels more like fall than Red. So gonna listen to Red and clean up this huge mess. Okay, so for the chicken, we do the boneless, skinless chicken thighs, and I feel like they just turn out so good in the air fryer. But we have this ginormous package. We're only gonna use half, and then the other half we'll use like for fajitas or something. So basically what I do is I coat the chicken in oil. So I usually put it like on a plate, and then I take like some tongs and kind of flip it around in the oil. You don't have to use a lot of oil for the air fryer for it to get nice and crispy on the outside, which is really nice. And then basically I put it in the air fryer for 22 minutes on 400, and I don't like to use any liners or anything, even though it's really annoying to clean that thing. But I've tried the liners to try to make my life easier for cleaning, but unfortunately it just like, it doesn't cook the same. So I don't use a liner, I just put it right onto the grate. I'll spare you guys looking at the raw chicken. But basically I just put them in there, and then I put on top salt, pepper, garlic, and then a little bit of cayenne. So it's a little bit spicy, and then about halfway through I flip it and I do the same seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, cayenne. But this time I do like a little drizzle of honey, and it makes it so good. So yeah, that's how I do it. And then for the asparagus, I have it all prepped. I just put it on a sheet pan and do salt, pepper, garlic, and avocado oil. And I feel like it turns out really good. I like my asparagus like super crispy. So once I put the chicken in, I'll start cooking the asparagus. But for now, I just have it kind of prepped to the side. But let's cook a little bit of dinner. The dough is starting to rise, and it's starting to look really good, which I'm really excited about too. Okay, while that finishes up cooking, everything is in the oven right now. Everything. The pull-apart bread and the asparagus, the baked potatoes, and the chicken's almost done too. So everything's gonna be done really soon. But while I wait for that to be done, I think I'm gonna pick out something to watch while I eat and make my vision board, because I'm just gonna kind of hang out for the rest of the night. Honestly, it's been kind of like a super chill night, but this bread actually took way longer than I thought it was going to, which I should have known because I had yeast in it. I should have known. I didn't really read the instructions all the way through before I started, so it had to double rise, which each took an hour. So it was definitely quite the process. I think it's gonna be worth it because it looks and smells so good. So I'm opening up Disney Plus because I think I'm between 2 movies. I think I'm between, in honor of Princess Diaries 3 being announced this week, I'm between Princess Diaries 2, which is low-key, like I know the first one's great, but like the second one, honestly, I freaking love. I'm between that and Parent Trap, which is like a super fall-like movie. So, but I'm gonna pull it up and see what speaks to me. I'm kind of leaning towards Princess Diaries 2 because I feel like anything that's like nostalgic to you can feel very cozy in fall. So I think I'm gonna go for Princess Diaries 2, even though I watch it all the time. Honestly, normally it's in my continue watching because I watch it all the time. Ooh, Halloween Town. That's a good one too. That is a good one. I think for my next video, I think I'm gonna do a video of like all my fall favorites on a budget. So it's not gonna be like a bunch of products that you should go out and buy immediately that you need for fall, nothing like that. But like, I know we all already have like streaming services and plenty of stuff to do to us that's either free or very affordable. So I think my next video is gonna be like fall favorites on a budget. I'm making mental notes of all the movies that feel like fall to me. So Halloween Town, Parent Trap. Oh, here's Princess Diaries too. Yep, it's in my recently watched. Moment of truth. That is amazing. It's honestly the perfect amount of pumpkin. I was worried it was gonna be too much because I did use so much, but it's honestly perfect. Okay, so I will put the link to the recipe in the description because it's pretty good. So I'm all done with my vision board. So wait, I was laughing at Luna's ear in the frame. So my vision board is all done and I'll show you a picture of what it looks like here, and I think it turned out so cute. Honestly, my fall vibe is cozy, home, walks, kind of what I felt like Halloween was like when we were kids. Erin should be home any minute, so I'm gonna end out the vlog here. I really hope you enjoyed it. So it's kind of a different vlog for me, and honestly, I hate filming at nighttime because I feel like the lighting is always going crazy. This video, I'm sure, is the same. I'm sure the lighting is going crazy, but sometimes I just feel like it's really hard to film once it gets dark out. But it's also hard because when fall and winter come, it starts to get dark really early, and then the amount of time I have to film something, it really decreases. So hoping to do some more of these like cozy evening vlogs coming up in the winter months. But I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. It really helps me out, and I will see you in the next video.